The Lakers start off the 4-game road trip with a loss to Indiana. They've now lost 3 games in a row. And, guys, this game's really lost when you look at that second half. The Lakers were 3 for 21 from three-point land after the first quarter. And in the second half, James, they only scored 41 points, and the game got sloppy, a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, we talked about, I mean, you know, Derek said I think the Lakers were down 2 at half, or up 2. Yeah, so, you know, Derek was like, you know, you're on the road up 2. That's where you want to be. That's a good place to be in. We also talked about how critical the defense was going to be in the third, and to allow Indiana to come out and score 35 points and you only get 21. I think that was a bad start for the third. And then you got to give credit to Indiana's bench. They came in and scored 30 points. Yep. Stevenson and those guys really enhanced what the starters were doing. And the Lakers had pretty good production from their starters, but we missed this guy, we missed Ingram, and they just didn't have enough production off the bench tonight.
Yeah, we've talked about that a little bit prior to tonight. The Lakers got off to a good start, shooting the basketball well. And then again, I think you start to see where the depth, the missing players like Josh, like Brandon, you know, Kuz has been out, you know, he's come back. But you start to miss those guys that shore up the bench, that give starters a chance to rest so that you can sustain the defensive intensity, but even also shooting the basketball, guys with fresh legs that can attack and be aggressive out there.
Well, it's interesting. You and I were talking before the game how you recently were looking at the box score and you were noticing guys' minutes, and they were way up, and it starts to take a toll for sure.
No, definitely, especially late in games. You know, the second quarter, you know, when guys get tired, they get fatigued, that attention to detail starts to slip a little bit, and, you know, obviously that's where, you know, those big minutes kind of stem from. And then you have the little mistakes, and then, you know, one or two possession games, you don't come out on the winning side.
Lakers with the youngest roster in the league. How hard has it been for you personally? You're having a great season. Everyone's excited about your play. You're in the starting lineup. You're getting a lot of minutes, even with guys. Even when you got moved back to the bench, you're still getting crucial minutes. To now have to watch, how hard has that been for you?
Yeah, it's tough. I think this was the 10th game I think I've missed in a row. So that's always tough, especially, you know, how we were playing before and how I was playing before. So it's a bummer. You know, obviously injuries are part of the game. You know, every team goes through them, as you see. You know, Golden State going through it. You know, Cleveland going through it. But you know, it's a part of the game, but it's a bummer.